question is, what is it about this show? I mean, there's plenty of really well-written shows that have interesting characters. What is it about Lost that has gotten people crazy and so obsessed about it? And that's what I'd like to talk about tonight. I feel like everyone has a superpower, and everyone has kind of something that they're good at in a really special, kind of almost magical way. And for me, it's been just almost telling where the world is going based on where movies are coming out, the TV shows that are coming out, and even songs. When I first started noticing the whole thing with songs, I was noticing that the songs that would wake me up in the morning on my alarm clock, they always seemed to be very relevant to what was going on in my life, and I thought that was really interesting. So one day, right before I went to sleep, I just asked the universe. I said, there's something going on with the songs that are coming through the radio, and I don't know what you are, if you're God, the light, the energy, myself from the future, another version, you know, soul, spiritual guides, I don't know, but I want to know if you're talking to me through the radio. And if you are, I want the answer tomorrow morning when I wake up on the radio song. Totally forgot about it. I went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. The song comes on. This exact point. Bam. You probably think the song is about you. Don't you? So from that point on, I was 100% a believer, and I just felt that there was definitely something to this. And then Lost came out, and Lost is sort of a cornucopia of mythological goodness. I think it is, it's got everything. It really does. It's crazy. So, and I almost believe that it's more than a show. I actually believe that Lost is alive. That's actually one of the chapters in the book that I wrote. The book is called The Myth of Lost, Solving the Mysteries and Understanding the Wisdom. Here it is, with the smoke monster on the cover. And of course I hid tons of little pictures in the front too. Only later when I was retelling the story that I even remember that she had said, the first thing she said to me was, "You look lost." That was the first thing she said, and then you have to follow the signs. And that's when I realized this show is alive. I mean, there's definitely something to it. And I feel it's interesting because I feel like the universe is alive, and I feel like the island that's on the show is a microcosm for the world that we live in. Now, just on a superficial level, if you look at the island, okay, you basically got a very diverse population of inhabitants that lives there. They go out of their way to have almost every nationality that lives on this island, okay? And they're always fighting each other within their little population, and then there's other warring sects that are fighting each other, okay? Then you take it back another level, and there seems to have been this like ancient culture that left behind remnants, and they seem to have understood the powers of the island. Whereas the current residents, they're all confused, they're all fighting each other, they don't know what's going on. But the old symbols, and there's like little statues and all these kind of things that they find all over the island, this old culture seemed to know exactly what was going on with the island, and they seem to have respected it, right? And the powers of the island, they kind of put you on your path. They help you to I guess find challenges that will help you to grow, and you know how everyone is connected and how all these clues. And in addition to that, the island seems to be in danger. It seems to be in danger of being destroyed. So just put all that together, and right away you get that. I mean, it's definitely symbolism for the world that we live in. Most good stories will explore spiritual themes, everything from The Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, Star Wars, The Matrix, they all do. But the difference with Lost is that those will concentrate on one or two things, and Lost concentrates on almost all of them, everything. I mean, it's like, it's almost like that's why it's such a thick show and so convoluted, because it's trying to tackle so many different issues and make sense of them, and it's just too much for so many people to take. But it's interesting to see how everything kind of fits together, and I will be amazed if they can somehow take all of these mysteries and put it together, because to me, there's something hidden in that we can take in real life, and that's kind of my whole point to the book. And mythologically speaking, Jack and John are the same person. John Locke, you know, it's the same name. It's Jack, it's John. They're two sides of the same person. You know, it's the whole jihad thing. If we could all understand that jihad, the true meaning of jihad is really, it's not about you versus the world, it's you versus yourself, and that's every single religion. If every single person would just take care of fixing themselves,
it changes the world.
Yeah, that's what it is, and that's a message that's in Lost too. Okay, our world is based upon these subatomic particles, so maybe our world works similarly, that there's an infinite number of timelines that exist right now in our lives, and whatever we notice, that's the one we go into. Have you ever noticed, I mean, it's always the archetypal character like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. They're complaining all the time, and stuff always happens to them because they're complaining. Positive people, Good stuff always happens to them all the time. You know people like this. You know, this is just how they are. Drama queens. Why a drama? Why does that happen to her? Why does it happen all the time? Because she's always
why does this
Christian
happen?
Bale. Why did Christian Bale just have two things happen? He's going to have more and more and more because the universe gives us an opportunity. Because it's saying you don't really want to be this person. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Let's say you hate getting stuck in traffic, right? So the universe, you really get annoyed. So the universe is giving you an opportunity to get over it because it's all ego. Like saying, I'm going to put you in traffic, giving you an opportunity because I'm so kind to the universe to not get upset about it. But you got upset anyway. So I'm going to give you another opportunity to get stuck in traffic, and another one, and another one. Oh, you keep having relationships that aren't working out? I'm going to give you another opportunity to see what's going on with that. You keep having crappy jobs and a crappy boss? Another opportunity. Your friend that's leeching from you all the time? Another opportunity. So it's until you can come to peace with yourself. It's the whole, that's kind of the meta. And all this stuff is in the show. I mean, there's so many things. Because once time travel exists, people from the future can come to our time. Officially. That's the moment when it happens. Now, as those of us have watched Lost, once we start breaking down the space-time continuum and we start leaping like Quantum Leap, if you guys remember that show, into different versions of our lives, people that have watched Lost before will be like, oh yeah, I know what's going on, this is great. People that haven't watched Lost, like, what the hell is going on? I'm so confused, it's crazy. Lost people, you know, it'll be our job to say, don't worry about it. You just gotta wait, we're gonna leave. Life is kind of like a record player, right? Think of time as like a record, and every once in a while it skips. We'll get it, you know? So it's kind of training us to like kind of what's going on in the world. So there's so many levels that I think this show is preparing us, and some people believe that in the year 2012, and that's a whole other mythological conversation. To put it together, you got the classic superheroes, you have how is society going to deal with superpowers, you've got ordinary people having superpowers, and then you've got people that just believe they have superpowers. And tons of movies that are coming out about this. So to me, it's kind of saying that something's coming, and you know, we have, you know, these abilities. We have. I'm not going to say we can fly, but I've met people that I call them like enablers or Sherpas, and they always kind of tell me, "Oh, did you watch? No, you should watch Lost, or did you see this episode?" Or they tell you what you should be doing. There's some people that are connectors. Oh, I've got this friend that you would be good with, you know. There's people that are like, oh, I was just thinking about my friend, and they just called the other day. You know, there's all these little powers that people are having, and I really believe that there's an energy that's going to be coming that whatever power you have, if you could hone it, it's going to become that much stronger. And that's the whole energy that I think is coming. So the more that you listen out for the whispers and kind of pay attention to the little clues in your life, you know, if these changes come, you know, you'll be able to handle it, and then we'll see. You'll be like, as the world is really turning to this, you're like, oh yeah, I saw this episode on the 4400 or on Heroes. Yeah, they're all going to come after us now and try and round us up. So what we need to do is get Peter Pirelli, get the hell out of here. We get to save the cheerleader. You know, even that whole idea, you know, she's just an average person. The whole idea of save the cheerleader, save the world. It's telling us it's just an ordinary people. And these are the people that are going to save the world. But I really do believe that certain people just have this ability to kind of take these energies and they channel them for the rest of us mere mortals. And they put them out there in movies. Years ago, you know, thousands of years ago, and in some cultures even today, you would have a medicine man, someone that would basically get these energies, and you would gather around a fire and kind of tell stories, and these stories would get passed down from generation to generation in the form of myths. And today, instead of sitting around a flickering fire, we sit around a flickering movie screen, or we sit around a flickering television screen. Why? You know, we love to do it in the dark, you know, and why? Because we're in the dark before we're enlightened by what we see on the screen. It's the same kind of idea that these messages are hitting us, and they're based on real truths. You know, we're all one. We are this energy. You know, what is energy? You know, it's something that cannot be created or destroyed. It's everywhere. It's in everything. It's all powerful. It can make toast. You know, all those things just like God, you know, can do. It's our idea of what God can be. So what does it say in the Bible about what God is? It says that God created us in His own image, and what can He do? He is the creator. So that means that we are the creators. We are the creators of the world. We created 9/11. Why? Because the world was very materialistic, and deep down, we don't want to be that. We want to be something else. We're creating what's going on right now, too. We just put Obama in there, you know, because we want change. We want something different. We are creating this world. So that is my belief that I believe is happening. I think that's where Lost is going. And it's really empowering. Instead of giving up your power to other things, we are the power. You know, as like Obama said, we are the change we've been looking for. You know, and I truly believe that.